Hey friends, my name is Steve Guttenberg and I am the Audiophiliac, and it's hot. It's really hot. It's early July and the air in New York City is really oppressive, and the theme of this episode is humidity. But I have two quick things before I get into that. First is I'm going to do I'm going to do a music review at the end of this video, and I'm going to start to do that on a regular basis. Quick, short, little capsule music reviews at the end of these videos. And the other thing I want to do first is tell a joke. So, what do you call a guy who likes to hang out with musicians? A drummer. You get it? Like as if drummers aren't real musicians or respected by other musicians. I don't think that's true, but it's a funny joke. And I love musicians, and I particularly have a thing about drummers. Oh man, if I could only be a great drummer, if I could only keep time at all, which I can't, but I've tried to learn how to play various instruments, never drums, because that was just, the thought of it was just too horrendous. But the reason I'm diverting into this musician thing is because the theme of this episode is humidity, and how bad systems can sound. But to take a break during the day, I went to a local park, a nearby park, and I'm sitting there on the bench looking at the trees, looking at the people walking by, and then suddenly this trumpet player sits down maybe 6-7 feet away from me. He takes out his horn and he starts to play, and I was like, wow, it sounded so good. I mean, it was so, his sound, his lung power going through that horn, stabbing the air, man, the humidity just like cleared away and said, we're gonna let this guy do his thing, man. It was just incredible. So it was, in an audiophile sense, it was transparent and clear and dynamic as hell. I mean, that horn is just killing through the air. And I say, well, we can't use that excuse that humidity takes everything away, because it's not affecting his horn, not at all, you know. So it's not, humidity doesn't do it. It's other things. Now, you know, it could be your AC is not doing it. The power coming out of your wall is kind of messy. That's possible, but I don't know. I think it's a mental thing. I really do. I more than anything, it's your state of mind, and if you're just feeling like crap because of the humidity, your system's not going to sound good. I think that's pretty much it. Anyway, you do what you can. Figure out your own thing. Drink cool beverages. Keep your cool. Keep your cool. Run the air conditioning. Obviously, that's what most people do. I don't believe in air conditioning. That's a subject for another video at another time. As for the music review, well, I'm going to start with this one. Here is Frank Sinatra, and this is a live concert from 1962 in Paris. And there's a couple of things that stand out about this album. Is Frank's not being backed by a big band. There's no big band. It's a sextet. And he's playing the same songbook he always does. Frank's singing the same songbook. It's the great American songbook, all the obvious suspects there. But it's looser and grooves more, and it just swings, and it's relaxed. His voice is in great shape. He's on a tour, I think, that just got thrown together at the last minute, so the band isn't really rehearsed according to the liner notes. And I just love that feel to this record. It just flows, and he's having a great time, and the audience is into it. Of course, you know, if you're not into Frank Sinatra, I would understand. I wasn't into Frank Sinatra for most of my life, and I guess it's an aging thing that makes Frank a little more accessible. But this record, I hadn't heard this record until recently. Maybe it's the big band that's the obstacle for a lot of people that aren't into that kind of singing, right? But when you hear Frank with a band, closer to a rock band, maybe that makes it a little easier for the average rock person, or certainly not Frank person, to make that leap and have open ears and take it all in. Try it. I mean, you can stream it. I know it's on Tidal. It's not easy to find on Tidal, but I know it's there. I'm sure it's on Spotify and other fine streaming services everywhere. give it a shot. Or I'm sure you can probably hear it on YouTube. Anyway, Frank Sinatra Live in Paris 1962 is the name of the record. Check it out, or buy the LP. There's a mobile fidelity LP of it. I'm sure there's a lot of LPs, but this is the CD. It sounded fine. It sounded really good. Anyway, that concludes today's exciting chapter of the Audiophiliac Daily Show. And if you dig it, if you like it, I'm swinging like come back daily. There'll be a new one here every day, just for you. Thanks.